Hi YouTube, and welcome to Danielle's Denture Diaries. I am Danielle, and tonight I'm going to talk on a few random things, as I sometimes do. I have not forgotten that I still need to purchase upper denture wafers to do a demo and an eye look. I have not forgotten. It's just that every time I go to the store, I know to get one thing and another, and then I don't usually get anything else, especially when it comes to my dentures. So I will be making a point to do that. I usually get my wafers from Walgreens close to my work, and that's typically not where I shop because I actually work in a different city from where I live. So anyways, excuses, you're welcome, and excuses. I have not forgotten, though, was my point. Anyway, so tonight I'm going to be talking about some changed routines that I had. Since I began my entire denture journey, I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea where I'd end up going or what I'd end up doing. All I could really do was go to YouTube, see what other people do as their habits and their routines, how they keep up with everything, how it fits their lifestyle, their budget, and everything else. If you've been in the denture journey lifestyle for a while, I'm sure you have tons and tons of ways that you do things that other people might not do, or maybe you do it only because it fits your lifestyle. Maybe you don't do things because it wouldn't fit your lifestyle, and so on and so forth. And then you start discussing budgets, and honestly, the variables with how we could all be doing things are just endless. There's endless possibilities and endless combinations. So the best thing you can do is continue to branch into other people's ways of doing things and their stories and why they do them. And like myself, you may end up changing your mind. So for me, when I first started my denture journey, I was using paste because to me paste made sense. To me paste sounded more effective, it sounded more efficient, and it was. There's no knock on it, there's no taking it back. I still to this day stock up, and I still have a stockpile of Fix-It Max Hold and I will forever love it. What I've changed is that ever since I did my demo for the bottom denture using C-bond wafers, I've been practicing, and especially with exposed bone now and bone shards, it's actually gotten to be my favorite thing ever. I actually look forward to having that cushion on top of the plastic of my bottom denture. It's a lot more comfortable, and I actually line where it hurts on the inside of my denture with Curoxin, and that helps with pain as well. So I've changed that. I've also began to make an absolute habit and routine out of using cushion grip. Not sponsored, by the way, just a heads up. So now what I've done so far is I have lined my upper denture with cushion grip at least 3 or 4 times, probably 4 now. And I feel like I've gotten a lot more confident and comfortable with using it. And honestly, once I do it and it lasts those 3-4-ish days before you need to redo it because hygiene and keep up, it's just a lot more efficient. There's a lot less work, it seems, or headache on what I need to do. And another thing that I've started doing is I've also, on top of that, I will only use the powder because, like I said, efficiency for my lifestyle is key. I am a single mom, I work full time, and when I get home, it's usually later at night, and I work odd hours. I just want things to be fast, especially when it comes to my teeth. I want it to be fast, I want it to be quick, I want to be able to pop them in and go. So, and I love my makeup routine a lot, so gotta move time around somewhere, right? Anyway, so when I brush my dentures in the morning after soaking them, I just take the powder, tap it on there, move my denture around and shift it and sift it all over, and done. You don't have to sit there and try and dry your denture off completely. And the fact that I can use that powder pretty comfortably and confidently on top of the cushion grip, reline, soft reline, whatever you want to call it, or adhesive. It's not quite an adhesive, but still, it's not an official soft reline, so it just has eliminated so much work. And the fact that there's no more, not even slight rocking anymore in my top denture makes it easier to learn how to eat as well. I still stand by what I said with the wafer in the bottom denture. It doesn't keep the bottom denture down really well, not when you're eating. When it comes to talking, drinking, and being comfortable in general throughout the day, I love it. When it comes to eating, it's here and there. It depends on what I'm eating. Which now I've been biting into things more. I've been chewing, finally. So my bottom denture will still pop up and flip and move and whatever. I can readjust it and I can move it with my tongue. I can put it back into place. My top denture does not move. So still practicing and working with that. Other than that, I hope that you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are learning and doing new things. I hope you guys are getting to be more and more confident wearing dentures. Another thing that did cross my mind and I didn't really get to touch on was a post that I had seen on Instagram where it's, if I can figure out and remember who says it, I will. I only follow a few people when it comes to denture things online, but let me see if I can find this. The point, though, is that the post had said how it expressed how frustrating it is that to go through something like a full mouth extraction and getting dentures, getting prosthetics put into your mouth in place of teeth, how traumatizing it is. We choose to do this to some degree. We have to be willing to do it with our surgeon and with our dentist. We have to opt into it. But the reason behind us doing it is typically not... It makes our quality of life better, but the reasoning behind it is that if you had healthy teeth, if you had a healthy mouth, you most likely did not opt into dentures just because you were bored one day or because you thought it would be easier. Some people, yes, and I'm not going to go and dive into why do people get dentures. For me personally, it was from a medical standpoint. There was some pain. There was the fact that my teeth were no longer sustainable. At some point, they were no longer going to be healthy at all. They were going to become more and more of a risk. So I opted in for the dentures instead. Anyways, we get these dentures somewhat by choice, somewhat not because we chose it, but because we needed it. And we bought into the idea and we bought into the lifestyle, we bought into the procedure. You get your teeth removed, you get your immediate dentures, and you're sent on your way. And in full transparency, I love my surgeon. I love what he did for me. There was a hiccup. He forgot a tooth. Short story, or long story short, he forgot a tooth. I had to go back a second time and have him remove that tooth. It was buried under the gum line still. That one tooth was the most painful thing. The pain shot down into my neck and up into the top of my head. It was intense. Aside from that, the bedside manner and everything else was on par. If I hadn't asked the questions that I asked, if I hadn't done my YouTube research, if I hadn't heard of some of the terminology, soft reline, hard reline, approximate timelines, the different adhesives, and all these different things, if I hadn't looked into those, I would not have known to have asked the questions I asked. And had I not asked those questions, my dentist and my surgeon was not going to bring those things up on their own. They were surprised by how much I already somewhat knew. I'm not a professional. I'm not going to say that I know everything, but I had an idea. So you go forward, and whatever knowledge you do know, whatever you have heard, whatever you have seen, you ask your dentist, you ask your surgeon. And aside from that, if you didn't know something, you didn't know something. Let's be real. Not everyone who gets dentures is tech savvy. Not all of them are in a healthy frame of mind or emotional state. A lot of them assume they're alone. Not everybody knows to go to YouTube to find tutorials and demos and Google and everything else to help. As much as I love this platform, as much as I love this YouTube channel, the fact of the matter is that this isn't enough. And when I read the post where it says that, I went off on a tangent before I could even finish saying what it was. The point was that there's no aftercare. There's no speech therapy. There's no counseling or therapy in general to be offered or provided for the fact that you just had your face completely changed and altered forever. You are going to eventually see yourself without any teeth in your head. You are going to have to cope with the fact that having dentures is not less work. It's actually more. And the upkeep, the replacements, everything. And at the end of the day, people do see all the light in the fact that, hey, you know what? I'm never going to have a cavity again. Hey, you know what? When I go to the dentist, there's no more zzz happening in my head anymore. Those are all wonderful, beautiful things. Let's be real, though. How did you learn how to talk with dentures? Who helped you learn? Who helped you get over the anxiety? Who helped you get over the invasive thoughts that you might have had? The fact that you questioned yourself, the fact that you started to wonder, like, did I make a bad decision? Was this good? Was this bad? Am I ever going to be able to talk and eat again? What's going to happen to my romantic life? What are my kids going to think? What are my coworkers going to think? What are other people going to find out? Who helped you with all those things? If you're lucky, you have people in your life physically there to hold your hand and help you get through it. If you're lucky, you found yourself online, going to support groups, going to YouTube, going to Facebook support groups, going to Google. If you're lucky, you have a dentist who is more than happy and open and available and accessible to answering your questions when you do find out what questions to even ask. Not everyone is that lucky. Not everyone has internet access. So to me, I'm going off on a rant now, guys. How wild is it to really sit and think about it that we were not, at least not that I know of, we were not offered, hey, when you're done, let's schedule a follow-up to discuss counseling options if you're open to it, speech therapy, physical therapy, so you can eat and talk and move your whole mouth and jaw. That to me to think about is crazy. I'm sitting here talking in front of you. I'm trying to learn how to eat. I'm learning how to take care of all of this stuff by trial and error. And it's still, at the end of the day, something that was a surgery. You physically removed my teeth. I now have to wear prosthetics and somehow make these prosthetics work and align in a way that is comfortable and not ill-fitting and can mush food and talk and I can smile. And I wish that one of you guys could talk to me back right now just so that you could stop me and say that you agree or disagree or what your thoughts are. I'm just kind of talking to a camera right now. But that to me is mind-blowing. Like, seriously. So think about the fact that, you know, for me, I do this, and part of the plus side on this side of the camera is that me talking to you, this for me is a form of speech therapy. I'm talking to you, I'm practicing, I'm enunciating, I'm hoping my S's don't come out as a lisp, but it is what it is. I talk for a living. My eating, I feel like I took forever and a half to learn how to eat. Protein shakes are still my best friend. Who knows how long it'll take? But as far as any kind of practice, as far as any kind of motivation, that's on me. What about you? What about you, though? Look how far you've come. Look at what you've done. And that, to me, is mind-blowing. Some of you on this channel, you've had your dentures, your partials, your implants for years. And look at what you did. Did you have help? Who helped you? How did you know where to go for information? How did you learn what questions to even start asking? Are you still learning things to this day? Like, how long of a process to learn and overcome is this? And for those of you who are thinking about taking this journey on, those of you who are considering it, those of you who are doing that investigative work right now, first of all, welcome. Welcome. I'm proud of you for even doing the research and for even figuring out to go to a laptop or a cell phone or wherever you're hearing this and watching it to look into this first. Not everyone is as fortunate. Some people have appointments set up by a family member. They don't really know what they're getting into. They just know that they're going to come out healthier, and good luck. If you guys have any questions or thoughts for me, these are the things that are running through my head. This is how I think about my channel, and it made my channel that much more important to me that, you know what? Some of you might even be talking back to me. Some of you might verbally be talking back to this video. Some of you might shut this video down and start singing one of your favorite songs, and I hope you do. Lisp and all. It's what I do. It's great. Especially rock songs. I haven't quite gotten to rap yet. A little bit, not much. It's a lot. But come on, guys. Look at what you've done. Look at how far you've come. Look how strong you are mentally and emotionally. How are we doing this without the counseling, without the therapy? We lean on each other. We ask each other questions. And sometimes one of us might say a key word or phrase and we're like, whoa, what is that? I've never heard of it. Does it help? Is it good? Yeah, it's good. Try it. You try it and then people help. And here we are. Now I'm using powder instead of adhesive, instead of paste. I'm using wafers instead of paste. And I swore up and down that I would be using that paste for the rest of my life. That is wild. That is wild to me, guys. I'm frustrated by the fact that you deserve better. You deserve all the aftercare because you went through a lot. You chose to go through a lot. You were put through a lot. You deserve better. And I am happy to have you here. I am happy to have you talking to me or not talking to me. Give me the silent treatment. It's cool. It's fine. I talk to myself all the time, apparently. But the fact that you guys trust this channel to come back and hear some words of kindness, support, encouragement. You guys tell me whatever it is that you need. Whatever it is. You need to learn how to talk. You need to learn how to eat. You need to learn how to anything. We've got each other. We've got this. Look at what we can do on our own with little to no help. If you guys hear of someone who is struggling, point them in the right direction. Say, hey, internet. Hey, YouTube. Hey, tutorials. Google how-tos, demos. Try it all. Try everything. Not everyone is as fortunate as us. Not everyone feels as though they are supported. Not everyone feels as though they are not alone. Some people really do feel there. Some people really do think they're stuck and they have nothing else. Point them out. Doesn't even have to be this channel. It can be Denture Diva. It can be Girl with the Smile. It can be Glitterhead Princess. Princess Glitterhead. I'm sorry. Anyone. Just make sure that you recognize and realize how strong you are, how gorgeous you are, inside and out. Support each other, support one another, and let me know what your thoughts and comments are on this video, because I realize I went off on an entire tangent, but this is where my heart and head has been at for the past, ever since I made that last video. This topic. And to me, it's just mind-blowing. And if you do have any thoughts, if you want to have more conversation around it and about it, go ahead and leave me a comment. I do my best to get back to every single comment I have. If you want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up. I don't know if you like hearing me rant and vent about feelings with dentures, but here we are. You've been watching for 20 minutes now, or listening. And if you would like to see more videos from me in the future, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you later.